European Street Food Tour Intro, Europe on a Plate. You're finally on your dream European vacation. From the Colosseum in Rome to the canals of Amsterdam, there's no shortage of breathtaking sights. But if you ask any seasoned traveler, they'll tell you one thing: Europe is best experienced through its food. This continent is a culinary tapestry woven from centuries of tradition, regional ingredients, and national pride. The best part? You don't always need to sit down at a fancy restaurant, just walk down the street. That's where the real magic is. Let's take a bite out of 5 of Europe's fastest and tastiest street foods. Whether you're strolling through a Roman piazza or exploring a Hungarian market, these dishes are both delicious and time-saving. So, where should we begin? Stop 1. Naples, Italy, Pizza Margherita. Our tour kicks off in the birthplace of pizza, Naples, Italy. This city, bursting with life, music, and aroma, has gifted the world one of its most beloved dishes, the Pizza Margherita. But what makes Neapolitan pizza so different from the pizza you're used to? A slice of history. It all started in 1889 when Queen Margherita of Savoy visited Naples. A local pizzaiolo, pizza maker, Raffaele Esposito, crafted a pizza to honor her visit. He chose 3 toppings to represent the Italian flag: red, tomato white, mozzarella green, basil, and thus the Pizza Margherita was born. The craft of the dough. This pizza isn't mass-produced or thrown into a deep pan, it's crafted by hand. Dough preparation is sacred in Naples. The ingredients are simple: flour, water, yeast, and salt, but the technique is everything. The pizzaiolo stretches the dough gently, forming the base with care. No rolling pins here, it's all about feeling the dough. Then come the toppings. San Marzano tomatoes grown in the volcanic soil of Mount Vesuvius are crushed into a sauce. Buffalo mozzarella adds richness. And finally, a few fresh basil leaves for fragrance into the oven. The pizza is placed into a blazing hot wood-fired oven over 800 degrees for 30 degrees C. The crust bubbles and blisters in just 90 seconds. What emerges is nothing short of divine: a soft, chewy center with charred, crispy edges. The result? Pizza that's light, flavorful, and deeply rooted in centuries of tradition. If you have just one bite of food in Italy, let it be this. Top 2, Budapest, Hungary, langos. If Italy has pizza, Hungary has langos, a deep-fried flatbread that has become a national obsession, a street corner classic. Walk through the bustling streets of Budapest and you'll find langos stalls on every corner. It's the ultimate street snack, cheap, fast, and endlessly satisfying. Like pizza, it starts with dough made from flour, yeast, water, and salt. But that's where the similarity ends. Deep-fried delight. Unlike its Italian cousin, langos is deep-fried in hot oil. And that's what gives it its irresistible texture: crispy outside, fluffy inside. The cooking process is deceptively simple. The dough is flattened and then dropped into a large pot of oil. But here's the catch: the oil temperature has to be just right. Too cold and the dough absorbs oil like a sponge. Too hot and it burns before cooking through. Perfect langos is golden brown and slightly puffed. A flip midway ensures even cooking, toppings galore. Once it's out of the fryer, you have to move fast. Langos is best eaten immediately while it's hot and crispy. The classic Hungarian topping is a generous dollop of sour cream and a sprinkling of grated cheese, usually Emmental or Trappista. Other popular versions include garlic butter, sausage slices, pickled vegetables, even Nutella or jam for a sweet twist. Langos may not look fancy, but it's comfort food at its finest and a must-have when visiting Hungary. Stop 3, Thuringia, Germany, Rostbratwurst. You can't talk about German street food without mentioning the mighty bratwurst. Specifically, the Rostbratwurst from the central German region of Thuringia, sausage with a legacy. The term bratwurst can refer to many different sausages across Germany, but in Thuringia, it's a matter of pride. These sausages have been documented as far back as 1432. They're made with finely minced pork, sometimes veal or beef, seasoned with caraway, marjoram, garlic, salt, and pepper. The spice blend is often a closely guarded family secret. The grill is sacred. Grilling is the only acceptable way to cook a Thuringian roast bratwurst. A proper bratwurst should be crispy on the outside and juicy inside. To achieve that, the sausage is placed over hot coals or a gas grill, carefully monitored so it doesn't dry out or char too quickly. Some vendors use beer to baste the sausage, adding an extra layer of flavor. Simple serving, big flavor. It's usually served in a crusty bun. No frills, just sausage and bread. Recap and transition. Previously, we began our European street food journey in Italy, Hungary, and Germany, diving deep into pizza margherita in Naples, the deep fried langos of Budapest, and the grilled bratwurst of Thuringia. Each dish told us something about the place it came from, not just through flavor but through history, craft, and culture. Now we head northwest to explore two more mouth-watering stops. First, we'll visit the Netherlands for a seafood delicacy that's beloved yet polarizing. Then we'll end our tour on a sweet note in Belgium with waffles that have won the hearts of dessert lovers across the globe. Stop 4, the Netherlands, Hollandse Nieuwe pickled herring. Mention Dutch cuisine and you might think of cheese or stroop waffles. But ask a local what their national street snack is, and they'll likely point you toward a raw pickled fish, the Hollandse Nieuwe or new herring, a culinary tradition with deep roots. Herring has been a staple of the Dutch diet since at least the 14th century. Back then, the innovative technique of gutting and preserving the fish in salt revolutionized the Dutch fishing industry and allowed for long-distance trade. Even today, the arrival of Hollandse Nieuwe, the new herring, is a big deal. It's celebrated in June with Vlaggetjesdag, Flag Day, when the first herring catch of the season is brought ashore. But what makes it so special? How it's made. Hollandse Nieuwe isn't just any herring. It's young fish caught between May and July before they start reproducing, when their fat content is at its peak, around 16%. That high fat content gives the herring its signature buttery texture. Here's how it's prepared. Cured in salt for a few days, not too long, just enough to preserve it without overwhelming the flavor. Gutted, but the pancreas is left inside during curing. Enzymes in the pancreas help develop that distinctive texture. Then it's deboned, skinned and cleaned just before serving. True aficionados will insist, if the herring isn't cleaned right in front of you, it's not worth eating. How to eat it. This is where things get fun and very Dutch. The traditional method? Pick it up by the tail, tilt your head back and lower it into your mouth in one go. No utensils, no plates, just herring and your taste buds. You can also get it sliced in a tray, served with chopped onions and pickles, a slightly more beginner-friendly version. Some locals even enjoy their herring with a soft bun, creating what's affectionately called a broodje haring. It makes you smarter. One Dutch vendor in the documentary-style footage puts it charmingly. It's healthy and it also, I don't know why, but it develops your brain faster, so you become smarter. Well, maybe it's not scientifically proven, but herring is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and protein. So, who's arguing? If you're in the Netherlands during herring season, it's an absolute must-try. Just be ready to step a little outside your comfort zone and don't use your teeth. As the locals say, use your tongue. That's the real touch. Stop 5, Belgium waffles, Brussels liège style. After 4 savory stops, it's time to satisfy our sweet tooth in Belgium, the land of chocolate, beer, and waffles. And when it comes to street dessert, Belgian waffles reign supreme. But not all waffles are created equal. In Belgium, there are two main types you'll find in street stalls, and they're very different from the waffles many people know from breakfast buffets or frozen aisles. Type 1, Brussels waffle, light and airy. The Brussels waffle is the more elegant of the two. Shape rectangular with deep, well-defined pockets. Texture, light, crispy and airy. The batter is leavened with yeast or whipped egg whites, which creates a fluffy interior while the iron gives it a golden, crisp exterior. It's usually served with a variety of toppings, powdered sugar, whipped cream. Type 2, Liège waffle, dense and chewy. In contrast, the Liège waffle is sticky, sweet and indulgent, shape, irregular, rounded edges. Texture, dense, chewy and caramelized. Flavor, naturally sweet thanks to a rich dough and pearl sugar. Final thoughts why street food matters. Street food is often overlooked in travel guides, but it offers something rare and real. A chance to taste history, connect with locals, and enjoy world-class flavors without emptying your wallet. It's fast, yes, but it's also deeply personal, crafted with care, passed down through generations, and served with pride. From Naples to Brussels, these street side dishes invite you to step into someone else's kitchen, if only for a few minutes. So next time you're exploring Europe, skip the tourist traps and follow your nose to the nearest food stall. Because sometimes the best meal of your life might come in a paper tray, eaten standing up on a street corner you